Today, we are going to talk about the Trump administration. And more importantly, we are going to focus more about the immigration, particularly the diversity visa lottery. The key question for today is, will Trump, the United States president, going to end the diversity visa lottery? Or rather, we'll also focus into the second term of Donald Trump when it comes to the immigration. What things are going to be able to change? And one of the key parts we'll focus on will start with the diversity visa lottery. There are so many misconceptions. There are so many things which are not true people are sharing on the social media. And the most important is there are so many people, they have an agenda, the agenda to not accepting that Trump is the president, number one, or just the fake news about Trump's administration and the policies when it comes to the immigration. And one of the area is the diversity visa lottery. But in order to go with that, I'm starting with saying Donald J. Trump, as the US president in the year 2025, going to the second term up to the end of 2028, he will not end the diversity visa lottery. And here's why. In order to understand that one, let's go back to the 2016, the first term of Donald J. Trump. At that particular time, Trump used immigration as one among the key issues he will address in his first term as the president. When he became the president, majority of left, majority of Democrats used everything Trump is saying as this guy is against immigrants. But the same people are forgetting that all the presidents, Democrats, Republicans, have been against illegal immigration. But when Trump said it, because he's now Republican, remember Trump was Democrat before, they changed, oh, this guy is Hitler. This guy is against illegals. I mean, against immigrants, against whatever. They put a bad name to him. And we forget that Barack Obama is the first president in the history of America to deport more people than any president in the history of America. We forget that. We forget that Obama said even illegal must learn English to come to America, must be deported, must go to prison. Same as Hillary Clinton, same as who? Bill Clinton. All these people, heavyweight, they have been, that is the policy of the United States. And in the policy of every country in the world, that if you are coming into illegal way, that's going to happen. But when it comes to the diversity visa lottery, let's go to 2017 after Trump became the president. When he became the president, and even now you will see so many videos are showing that Trump will end the green card lottery. You will see those videos. But the key issue is, when did Trump say? That's number one. And what was the material conditions at that particular time? I'm going to play this video. And from there, we'll be able to see what is going to happen. So, on November 1st, 2017, Donald Trump made this.
I am today starting the process of terminating the diversity lottery program. I'm going to ask Congress to immediately initiate work to get rid of this program. Diversity and diversity lottery. Diversity lottery sounds nice. It's not nice. It's not good. It's not good. It hasn't been good. We've been against it. So we want to immediately work with Congress on the diversity lottery program, on terminating it, getting rid of it. We want a merit-based program where people come into our country based on merit. And we want to get rid of chain migration. This man that came in, or whatever you want to call him, brought in with him other people. And he was the point of contact, the primary point of contact for, and this is preliminary.
So, if you listen that video very correctly, what are the key things? Number one, even the title, President Trump to ask Congress to close immigration lottery program. That was the key word, meaning Donald Trump by himself has no authority to end the diversity visa lottery. Donald Trump will need, because the diversity visa lottery is the act of Congress. Therefore, he will need the Congress again to do that. If that's the case, at 2017, remember, that video or that proclamation, whatever the statement of Trump, was said in the year 2017. That, remember, Trump won 2016 November. So 1 year later, he said he's planning to end the diversity visa lottery because he explained he wanted it to focus more to increase the programs which are merit-based. And the lottery is the diversity visa was not merit-based. It's a legal program, but according to him, we're not merit-based because someone can have high school, someone can have PhD, someone cannot have high school with 2 years of work experience, can get into America through that way. But the media didn't play, some of the media or some of the YouTubers are not playing the full video of Donald Trump. What they are saying, oh, Trump said he's going to end the diversity visa lottery. Trump said, I'm going to ask Congress to end the diversity visa lottery. He didn't say, I'm ending. He knows he has no that power. He has no that jurisdiction. He has no presidential power to end by the executive order. What he can do is to put the motion bill into the House. Bill goes to House, Senate, then Senate to go to the president. And in 2017, he was able to say that because the first term, the first 2 years before the midterm election, Republican was leading the House, whatever, the Senate, whatever they were leading both. They had even the speaker. But in 2018, November, they lost the House. That's when Nancy Pelosi became the speaker. But if you go again to that particular time, he didn't ask the Congress. He made the statement, but he didn't take the action of putting ahead the diversity visa, like this is the bill to end the diversity visa lottery. He didn't put that bill. So it was 2017. At that particular time, the immigration was not focusing like at the particular moment. Yes, illegal were coming in America, but it was not at the rate we have seen currently. So even himself, he didn't continue with that plan. So the diversity visa continued from the first term. Then what changed from that time to this time? And why am I coming here with a bold statement that he will never end the diversity visa lottery? He didn't end at that particular time, even if he announced it. 4 years later, he didn't do that. Then the first term of Biden ended one program which was called Remaining in Mexico program, where if you ask for asylum, you will remain in Mexico until you are approved to come to America. That's why when you see so many people entered in America, over 15, 18, 20 million, whatever number it is, that's the reason. So according to so now put your feeling away. I'm talking about the reality here. I'm giving you the black and white. I'm not going to sugarcoat blah, blah, blah. There are two things here. There is legal immigration, there is illegal immigration. Let's be honest on this particular discussion. Everybody who came to US illegally, broke the immigration law. That's why this campaign of Trump and everybody, it has been focusing on the criminal immigrants. Why? Because they committed a crime by entering US illegally. And this is not the matter of the United States. It's the matter of every country in the world. When they go, when you go into that country, not by following the orders, you automatically go into that country by making a mistake or by breaking the law of that particular country. Then, apart from the immigrants coming here illegally, we're not talking about the legal immigration. There are so many crimes committed by people who entered here illegally. Majority of people who are coming here legally are not taking the risk of committing crime. They are on the legal way. So, if we go in that particular sense, the majority of people in 2024 election, the number one issue was immigration. And it was not immigration that they are against or Americans are against immigration. No, they are against the illegal immigration. That's how it is. But the media is lying to many of you by focusing, oh, Trump is against all immigrants. No, he's against illegal. Tanzania is against illegal. Kenya is against illegal. Uganda is against illegal. Sweden is against illegal immigration. Every country. Even when you go, try yourself to go to Vatican City. There is a biggest wall in the world is in the Vatican, where Pope lives. Try to go to Mecca without a visa. You'll find out what happens. So, each country, even, I'll give an example, particularly where I'm from, Tanzania, if they catch any illegal, they take either in prison or you are going to be deported back to your country. So, by taking that action, is that going to say you are out of like you are against? No. In the end, that is how it is. Every country is doing that one. If you go on the YouTube, you put the Bill Clinton speech on immigrants. Or let's go to find how other leaders in democratic way, they are talking about immigration. We'll see all have been against. So it's not about the matter of Republican or Democrats, but they changed the game when Trump, remember Trump was Democrat before moved to Republican. They changed the game when Trump moved to become a Republican, especially when he became the candidate in 2016. So here are some of the examples. Let's go. This is the first video I'm going to play is Bill Clinton talking on the illegal immigration in the Congress on the State of the Union 1995. Now, Democrats, they don't want to say they're even illegal. They don't want to say to build the wall. They don't want, but they used to say the people who were so critical of immigration were Democrats. Let's hear.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as
building the fence, they don't go the barrier, adding more border protection officers, then deporting twice as much. That is Bill Clinton, 1995. Nobody called him racist. Let's continue.
Ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as
to go and catch illegal immigrants. going to the workforce, any person who is hiring illegal will be taken into the action. That's what Bill Clinton was talking in 1995.
Recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants,
Yes.
but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Both Democrats and Republicans are just praising Bill Clinton, giving him big celebration. People are going to stand up, whatever, the standing ovation. You will see. And this is the matter. Back in 1995 was not the issue of Democrats or Republicans. Trump was not in the picture at this moment. Standing ovation. Everybody in the Congress. Congress reaction. So, but when Trump says, when Trump brings the illegal immigration, oh, this guy is racist. No, no country in the world is going to deal with illegal. So I'm going to describe this one first of all, so that you can see the magnitude of the issue of immigration, how all the presidents have been saying that, and why now it has become big, and why Trump cannot focus on just the diversity visa lottery, because the diversity visa lottery is a legal program. Now we are focusing more on illegal. That's why he will not have energy to deal with the smaller programs, which is going to be 50,000 people legally. He will be focusing on the bigger 20 million people. That's why the focus is shifting. Even 2017, when he said he wants to end the diversity visa lottery, he didn't end it for the first 4 years of his presidency. So let's go to hear another. That was Bill Clinton, 1995. Let's go and see again the same Bill Clinton, 2016 now, when his wife was running for presidency. He was the same one who said he wanted to end it illegal and blah, blah, blah. Now Trump is on the other side. What does Bill Clinton says? Let's go and see. Bill Clinton slams Donald Trump war proposal, but he's the same one who added the budget 1995 as a president.
Everywhere there is promise and peril. You cannot afford to elect a president who has to go to school to figure out what to do about this to keep bad things from happening. You know, and you can talk all you want to about how wonderful it'll be when we put a wall up across the Rio Grande. Let me tell you something, folks. You can put that wall up. It's physically possible. Then why don't we put up a wall with the Canadian border? There's a lot of foreigners over there, too.
Now
then we can put up a seawall in the Atlantic, a seawall in the Pacific. Then you can send the United States Navy to the Gulf of Mexico and keep people out of there. Send the Air Force up and stop every plane.
Now he's against the wall because his wife was running. Let's go to his wife. Okay, this is, let's go to Hillary Clinton. Let's go. Clinton on, let's start with the Clinton when he was senator.
Once you try a comfort hoodie, you can't go back to regular hoodies.
Let's into the advertisement.
Perfect fit that makes you feel like you're.
This is just one more example of something that is not thought through and is primarily put forward for political consumption.
Yeah, now they're against, but
the bill before us will certainly do some good. It will authorize some badly needed funding for better fences, and better security along our borders. The fence is now basically complete. Maybe they'll need a moat. Maybe they want alligators in the moat.
Secure our borders with technology, personnel, physical barriers if necessary in some places.
Physical barrier is building the wall. Obama budgeted the matter of putting the fence, which is the fence, which is the wall. The difference is Trump used the word wall.
We will not build a
now they
wall.
say no.
Instead, we will build an economy where everyone who wants a good job can get one.
I voted for a fence. I voted like
Biden, I voted for a fence. that means there was a proposal, went to the Senate. Bill Clinton, Senator Biden, Senator Hillary Clinton, they voted for that. The wall.
Like most Democrats, somebody won't like it. I voted for 700-mile fence. And let me tell you something, folks. People are driving across that border with tons, hear me, tons of everything from byproducts from
They say, he was saying all these people are passing the border with cocaine, heroin, whatever. That's what he's talking about. Now they are going crazy when the same Trump is doing what they were saying they are going to do.
To cocaine, to heroin. It's all coming up through corrupt Mexico.
And the impulse is to hunker down, shut the gates, build walls, exit at this moment.
Now this is
precisely the wrong answer.
Former presidents have said to him that they wish that they had built a wall. Do you recall President Obama ever saying that?
Come on.
Construction of a 630-mile border fence create a significant barrier.
That is Chuck Schumer, the minority leader for the Senate. He wanted the creation of the fence back in the day. Then they were all in. Before even Trump was in the politics.
To illegal immigration on our southern land border.
All along, the president said, well, I'll do DACA and Dreamers in return for the wall. He's got it. President Trump, if you want to open the government, you must abandon the wall.
Now they are against the wall. So the point is coming here is the same. Everything, nobody in this world let's say go to Obama during the campaign. Everybody, they were just into that. But now they changed. Let's end this and then we'll see.
The system's still broken. And to truly deal
with this Trump was not in the office.
Congress needs to act. And that moment is now. This week, the Senate will consider a common sense, bipartisan bill that is the best chance we've had in years to fix our broken immigration system. It will build on what we've done and continue to strengthen our borders. It will make sure that businesses and workers are all playing by the same set of rules. And it includes tough penalties for those who don't. It's fair for middle-class families by making sure that those who are brought into the system pay their fair share in taxes and for services. And it's fair for those who try to immigrate legally by stopping those who try to skip the line. It's the right thing to do. Now, this bill isn't perfect. It's a compromise. And going forward, nobody's going to get everything that they want. Not Democrats, not Republicans, not me. But this is a bill that's largely consistent with the principles that I and the people on this stage have laid out for common sense reform. First of all, if passed, this bill would be the biggest commitment to border security in our nation's history. It would put another $6.5 billion on top of what we're already spending towards stronger, smarter security along our borders.
But if Trump says
it would increase criminal penalties against smugglers and traffickers. It would finally give every employer a reliable way to check that
if employer is going to hire someone who came here illegally, that's what he's going to say now here.
Every person they're hiring is here legally. And would hold employers more accountable if they knowingly hire undocumented workers. So it strengthens border security, but also enforcement within our borders. I know there's a lot of talk right now about border security, so let me repeat. Today, illegal crossings are near their lowest level in decades. And if passed, the Senate bill, as currently written and is hitting the floor, would put in place the toughest border enforcement plan that America has ever seen.
So that is Obama. Let's go type who is deporter in chief. You see, even it comes here. Who is deporter in chief? This was the nickname of Obama as the president. Article migration policy article, that is 2017. Obama faced criticism over his administration handling immigration enforcement from both left and right, from Democrats and Republican. Obama leaves office as reporter-in-chief. This is January 20. Remember, Trump swear in as the office as the president. This one. NPR is the whatever national, but Israel is supporting more Democrats. Reporter-in-chief, Obama versus Trump. People are comparing. CNN, the context is everything. There is no context. Obama deported 3.5 million people than any other president in the United States. So, my point, I don't want to hear here from people that, oh, Trump is racist because he's deporting people. It's the responsibility of every president in the world. It's the responsibility of each country to protect their borders. So, don't talk or think as if like, oh, they have to do something because you are coming from Ghana, coming from Kenya, coming from the... No. Remember, these are Americans. It is their country. If you're in Ghana, if Nigerians decide to come, all of them to your border, will you not deport them? Will you do that? If Ugandans decide to go to live, all of them to live in Rwanda, obviously will deport them. So that is something. So the problem we are facing now is the media trying to put the wrong information. So why now Trump will not end the diversity visa lottery? Why the 2025 to 2028 Trump's administration will not end the diversity visa lottery? Number one, there is a high number of illegal immigrants in the United States. There is over 15 to 18 million people who came here illegally during the first 4 years of Joe Biden's administration. Therefore, Trump has a bigger issue to deal with than the program which is already here legally. There is a program which is legally diversity visa lottery. Why should I go to deal with the 50,000 people who are here legally, coming here legally on the program approved by the Congress, signed by the president in early 1990s, while there are over 50 million, there are over 18, 20 million people who are already illegally here. That is the number one focus. So Trump has a bigger fish to catch than the small sardines in the pond. That's number one. Number two is majority of immigrants who are illegally here, they have been associated with the criminal activities. Not all are criminal. Let's be honest with that. But by entering in any country illegally, that is the number one crime you have committed. So when you are called a criminal immigrant, don't get upset. You broke the first law of the United States. Just like any other country, if you shop without a visa, you'll be committing a crime on the first place. But there are some people, after being here, maybe they ask for asylum, they are in other processing. They are not going to deport you. But if you are here, instead of being clean, following the orders, following the rules of the country, and if you apply for asylum or other programs, it's up to you. You are not going to be deported. But there are some people, they are in a group of gangs. There are some people doing raping of children. There are some people, they kill the Americans. They commit crime, they go to steal, they are going to assault some people. Those people are number one priority to be deported. So Trump is focusing that, and even if you see the budget of the ICE, immigration, customs, just overall the immigration, is focusing more into criminal. Yes, you entered here illegally, which is a crime, but apart from that, there are some people who are committing crime while they are waiting their process of processing to get the asylum approved. Those will be number one group. There is another group which is focusing more. There are people during the first 4 years of Biden. Remember, some people, in order to get the asylum, it can take 4, 5, 6 years. So there are some people that applied maybe during the first term of Trump or during the Biden administration. But during the administration of Biden, the application maybe for asylum were not approved. Remember, in the US, we have what we call the immigration court. So if it's not going to be approved, you are allowed to do appeal. So people do appeal. Again, they are not approved. You are getting the order of removal, or rather the order of deportation. Those who have been given the order of removal, there are over almost 1.8 million people. They have the order of removal under Biden. But Biden didn't deport all of them. Biden deported almost 500,000. Even people don't talk about that, but that's something also happened during that Biden's first administration. So those people who have already have the order of removal, that is the focus of Trump. 1.8 million is not going to focus into green card by lottery. Then there are people who are illegally here. They committed a crime. They are already in the prison. Those will be another third category. So if you look at that one, there is a bigger thing to deal with at that particular time. There is the issue of completing the border wall. There is the issue of dealing with the crimes in general. Then there is the issue of economy in general, to do with the economy, which will come from inflation. We come with the issue of war in Ukraine, which now they are starting the negotiation, whatever. There is the war in Israel. So you see, Trump now has the bigger issues than the 2017 when he came into power. At that time, there are not many bigger things. Yes, as the US has bigger things, but there was no war going on. There was no inflation. There was no big influx of immigrants who are coming illegally here in America. So for that case, the focus at this administration is bigger than the diversity visa lottery. Another reason why I'm so certain that the Trump administration at this time will not focus on green card by lottery, will continue to allow this program to be there, is the fact that when Trump was asked during the after winning the election, people were asking Trump, or they pushed Trump to end the H-1B visa. For those who do not know, H-1B is the visa which allows people to come here to work in the professional setting. Most people with degrees in science and technology and whatever, medical, those kind of visas. So there was a debate in Twitter, and there are even Republican debates. They divided that, oh, they're taking our jobs, blah, blah, blah. Trump said, his statement was, I'm not going to end the H-1B. After swearing in as the president, the first question Trump was asked, are you going to end the H-1B visa? Trump said, myself, when I had my empire, I have used the H-1B. H-1B, he said, is one of the visa which helped many people, especially companies, to get the people with the highest professionalism, degree, experience to help economy of America. And he said he used itself. And he went further. He said not only the H-1B, even H-2B. For those who do not know, H-2B is not for people with the highest degree, whatever, is working in the restaurant, working into the farms, whatever. He said that one also, if we have people who are qualified, can come here, work, but also help America to learn from them. So if Trump is not going to end H-1B, obviously, he's not going to end the lottery. So that is another thing you have to see what Trump said on that context. So now his focus said is on his plan was the focus is on the, not just like the H-1B, is on the legal immigration. So if his plan is on the legal immigration, so obviously the diversity visa lottery is part of the legal program. And again, in order to end that program, you have to go to Congress. So he's not in the mood of going to do that. So let's go and see his stand on H-1B.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home right now.
like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country.
Okay, let me find the one which has no these crazy.
There's been some debate within your orbit over whether or not to keep or eliminate H-1B visas. What's your position on that? Do you want to keep H-1Bs or do you want to?
Well, I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country, even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications they do. But I don't want to stop. And I'm not just talking about engineers. I'm talking about people at all levels. We want competent people coming into our country. And HB1, I know the program very well. I use the program. Maitre d's, wine, experts, even waiters, high quality waiters. You got to get the best people. Now, then you go into people like Larry, and he needs engineers, and Massa needs, and this gentleman needs engineers like nobody's ever needed engineers, right? So we have to have the quality people coming in. Now, by doing that, we're expanding businesses, and that takes care of everybody. So I'm sort of on both sides of the argument, but what I really do feel is that we have to let really competent people, great people come into our country, and we do that through the H1 program.
So that is his stand on H1B, because if he wanted, he could say, I'm going to end it if he's against immigration. So that is another area where people are not focusing focusing on, oh, he's going to end this one, he's going to end this one. But in the reality, he's not planning to end the H1B. So he's not going to end the green diversity visa lottery, or rather the green card, that one. And again, when you go to the year last year, 2024, during the presidential campaign, Trump came with another proposal that if you graduate from university with associate degree, bachelor degree, master's, doctorate, you are going to be getting automatic green card. That decision of offering green card to all people who are graduating associate, bachelor, master's, doctorate in the United States will be huge. He hasn't signed the executive order yet, but he promised he will do that. That also shows the focus of Trump is getting people here legally, not illegally. So if you see the trend of the focus on green card to all international students, because he said we want people who are here working. Why people, and even he has a podcast interview with billionaires. They ask him, they say, we cannot hire international students who are in the optional practical training, OPT, because they have 1 year work authorization or 2, whatever. Until they get the job, you train them. They have 6 months, 4 months left. We are not going to have the system of hiring people after 6 months, less 6 months. They leave the job, they go back to their country. No, we want someone who can come here and can work in the long term. So Trump proposes to plan to give green card, automatic green card, to every person who is going to graduate in the United States. Okay, so, and I'm going to find that video. There are so many videos of that. Let me find it.
But what I want to do and what I will do is, you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically, as part of your diploma, a green card to be able to stay in this country. But what I want to do and what I will do is, you graduate from a college.
Let me find the full video. There is a full video, not just like I had that video on my Instagram. I will find it, then I will play the full video. Okay, so you see the priority of Trump is illegal immigration, but Democrats are playing the game of pretending that everything Trump is doing is just like, oh, this guy is racist, this guy is blah, blah, blah. So for me, I don't see the reason why it's going to end the green card by lottery, because the focus, there are bigger things to work on, but most importantly, there are things where this is not a priority. There are bigger things in the economy. There are bigger things to end the war. There are bigger things in the border. There are bigger things. So dealing with that one, and in order to do that, he has to go to Congress. But he's not going to put that in the first bill in the Congress. Because why? Because the bill, they are going to negotiate the debt ceiling now, which is going to be in March. They are going to do there are so many bigger things in the Congress at the moment. They are dealing with the misuse of the USAID funds or the government funds. There are bigger things now Trump and the administration, they are focusing on. They're not going to focus on the diversity visa lottery. No. So be certain that the diversity visa lottery will continue to be there. Another thing I want to share with you is just how the media manipulates people when it comes to issues related to immigration and when it comes to issues related to Trump. I'm going to play some videos. So if you put it, okay, MSNBC marriage green card. So let's play this video. What they are saying, Supreme Court, this is the title from MSNBC. Supreme Court rules against the right to green card for what? For green card spouses. For green card for spouses. The title itself is wrong. They are lying. So let's go to see how that's why people, they are just watching CNN, MSNBC, this is left to whatever. But that's not the actual law. That is not the actual things which are happening. So let's go and see this video, what they are saying, and we'll see whether that is the fact or not the fact. So the same Supreme Court rules against the right to green cards for spouses.
There was a Supreme Court case today where the 6-3 conservative majority on the Supreme Court ruled that you do not have the right to give a green card to your spouse. If you marry a...
You see, that is wrong. They are saying, Supreme Court, this is the problem of people are lying on the stupid TV. That's why they lost the people watching their show. Like, if you marry a U.S. citizen marries a person, they say the Supreme Court ends that right. No. Listen.
Spouse who's from another country, they don't automatically get a right to green card. Amy Coney Barrett wrote that while the right to marry is fundamental, the right to live with your spouse is not.
Yeah.
That was the 6-3 conservative court today. And of course, I'm reading the case screaming, Melania.
Melania came legally in America.
Melania, like as I'm reading the case, because the exact rule that Trump used to bring Melania and her whole family over to this country is what the Supreme Court said was not a fundamental right today. That was 6-3. That was 3 Republican justices that were appointed by Trump at the very time where this is all happening.
Many of whom are also the grandchildren or...
Okay, so why that is wrong? It is not wrong, it's not true. What happened was this one. Let's go to the immigration law and what that Supreme Court case was all about. If you are a U.S. citizen, you marry a person who is a foreigner in the United States, there are regulations. Is that person you are marrying came to the U.S. legally or illegally? If, let's say, American citizen marries someone who is legally here, maybe on the visiting visa, on work visa, maybe came here as an international student legally, on the first day, even if that person, after arriving in the U.S., was out of status. Remember, the first keyword is arriving in the United States legally. If you arrive legally in the U.S., you stay maybe for 2 months, then you are out of status, but you get married to a U.S. citizen, you are out of status, the mistake you have done or the law you have broken to be out of status is going to be forgiven because you entered the United States legally. That is the law. But if on the first day arriving in America, you entered illegally in America, even if you marry American citizen, you will not be given a green card. That's the law. That is not about Trump. That is not about the Supreme Court. That is not about whatever. It's the law of the land. So, in order to get a green card, if you entered in America illegally, you must get out of America and then ask for the waiver, then come in US illegally, then you'll be given a green card. That's how it is. So this MSNBC, when they say the Supreme Court is going to end the right to marry and give green card to every person, no. The law is if you marry someone who entered illegally, you have no right, that person will not get a green card. So what happened was Joe Biden gave the executive order to end that regulations that if he gave like the what do they call, just gave like everyone who has been here illegally, marry you said you have been here, I don't know, for 10 years or something number of years, you'll get green card. No, the law doesn't say that way. So Supreme Court said, go to the Congress, change the law. That's why even Trump, when he was saying issue of green card, he said, I'll ask Congress. Because there are certain things which have been passed through Congress. A presidential executive order cannot end that one. So MSNBC is lying that, you cannot give a green card if you marry to a foreigner. No. If you marry a foreigner who came here illegally, that person has to go out and come legally in America. And if a green card holder, let's say, you marry someone who came here legally, out of status, let's say, come to visit, then exceeded the time to be in the US. That person, if he's a green card holder marrying that person also has to go out. There is no processing and getting forgiven while you were in the US. So always, that's why we tell people, if you come here legally, try no matter what to be on status. But if you marry a US citizen, even if you're out of status, as long as you came legally, you will continue to be here legally and you get a green card. But if you come illegally, unless otherwise you apply for asylum and you get it, if you don't get it, everything is ruined because even if you marry a US citizen, you're out of status. So that is the key things to focus on. Another thing I want to share with you also is the same MSNBC lying again about deportation. Instead of saying people are going to be deported are illegal, they are saying Trump mass deportation will deport American families. When we say American family, we're talking about American citizen. Why Trump will deport American citizen? So this is true fake news lying. And the people are watching this fake news. They think, oh, Trump is a bad guy. No. Let's listen to what they are saying.
We also know that he will try to invoke the Alien Enemies Act, which would essentially give the federal government the power, the authority to deport, to detain any non-U.S. citizen that they believe is deemed from an enemy country. We know from Operation Wetback that they literally packed hundreds of people into trains, planes, ships, and literally just dumped them in Mexico. What Stephen Miller has also told us is that they are actively designing new militarized giant detention centers where they would pack all these families. And one more thing that I think is important, I think a lot of people believe that we're talking about mass deportation plans that would just sort of affect undocumented immigrants. That's not true. There are 22 million people that live in mixed status families.
So the American would be deported too. That's what Tom
American
Homan
families
said.
will be deported, will be separated. If we were morally outraged in 2018, when we saw those families being deported and separated at the border, we're about to see that at a mass scale in the interior.
That is not true again. When they say mixed family, they are referring like American citizen married illegal. So they ask you who? They ask you who is that? Tom Homan, whatever the borders are. They ask you the question about separating the families. Is this the policy we're going to separate? If you marry illegal and that illegal is out to the whatever is illegally here, will it be deported? That's how it is. So they say, oh, that is going to separate the families. First of all, that illegal person is not American citizen. That is not American citizen. But again, he answered by saying, because the person used to be a police officer. I say, if I catch a person, he's driving the car with the child, that person is under DUI, driving under influence. What will I do? The person will be separated from that child. The person will go to prison. The same way, if you are a parent, you are criminal, you will be deported and you are illegal. So let's put the emotion away. I understand. Yes, we have to have humanity and other factors. I get it. But let's go to the law of the land. Because I cannot go to any African country. Do you know immigration traveling from one African country to another country sometimes is very difficult to get even the visa of other countries within Africa? People, there is one person in Tanzania. I forgot his name. He's from Burundi. Was in Tanzania and he stayed 1 month more in Tanzania. The person, end of January 2025, has been sentenced to 2 years in jail and about 200 fine or whatever, 200 or 2,000 fine, US dollar. 2 years in jail in Africa. Is a Burundi person, lived in Tanzania. The person is a little bit famous. The person has a green card, I think. It's called Chuma, something like that, whatever. The person has a green card, US green card, but is from Burundi, lived in Tanzania, or stayed in Tanzania, exceeded just like a month later, was caught 2 years in jail. But we don't say President of Tanzania is racist. Myself, I've already paid a fine by having a wrong type of visa in Tanzania. I was born, raised in Tanzania. Born, raised in Tanzania, I speak Swahili, whatever it is. I was having a visiting visa, which I asked, what type of visa should I have? Immigration said, you pay this type of visa. While I was there, because I conducted business, they said, you have a wrong type of visa, and I paid a fine of $600 in Tanzania. So don't bring me, oh, we are separating the families. If you commit a crime, you have to take responsibility. Any country, that is how it is. So, depending whatever you want, if you want to keep complaining on the social media, or you actually follow the law. There are so many ways which are legal ways you can use to come to America legally, to change the status legally, stay here legally. There are so many ways. Don't come here legally and just go out of status. Then you are going to complain about Trump. No. That's why we have so many of these videos. Make sure that you come legally, you stay here legally, you succeed legally. There are so many ways, so many opportunities. So that is what I want to share with you on this particular matter. And I'm sure it's going to help you to not to be lied about the issue of immigration and how this is very, very critical. Okay. Okay, we hear some people from Liberia. Yeah, hey guys, just the money and not waiting for the diversity visa lottery is the way to enter US. Yes. Yeah, so on point, Mr. EBM. Thank you. Trump will not end the diversity visa lottery. No, he's not going to end that. Okay, so those are the things I want to share with you today about I made a mistake on my application. I write my son is 15 years old instead of 25. Number one, that is a big mistake, because if he's 25, he's not allowed to apply unless otherwise, like, is a many applicant. But if it's your child, that is a big problem. Yeah. What decision are you confused? Someone is confused about the Trump decision. What decision? He hasn't ended the program and is not having a plan to end the program. So thank you so much for your information, and may God bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Okay. Someone on Instagram says, thank you for your clarification on this. What about those applying for green card lottery last year? The results out? No, the results are not out yet. The results will be out on May 3rd, I think. Yeah, someone says, yes, you can change after winning, but that is a problem. If is the person applied as a many applicant or applied as your child? If he's applied as your child, that is wrong. Okay. Kenneth Kwacha say chuma kafungwa miaka mitatu kuhusu illegal staying in Tanzania. Yes, that guy has a green card, if not mistaken. Yeah. Then he stayed in Tanzania, extended beyond the visa. Then was sentenced to 3 years in jail. Okay, please, sir, my case is 15,000. Plate waiting for you. When can I receive 15,000? Case number 15,000 very, very soon. Today is April. February. So by the end of February or end of March, you will receive the second notification. There is a question that, thanks for the information. Who has the mandatory to end the diversity visa lottery? It is Congress. So that's why even 2017, when Trump said, I'll ask Congress, that means he has to take the bill to House to pass to go to the Senate, Senate to pass to go to the president. So president himself, and he knows that. And he said in 2017, why didn't he do on his first 4 years? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, for 3 years, he didn't end the diversity visa lottery. And at that time, there was no many issues in immigration. Now there are so many issues of illegal issues. So he will focus more on those ones than just focusing on the diversity visa lottery. So yes, Trump has no authority, and he knows that, and he's not planning to do that. Okay. I have 2 minutes to end the live show. Thank you so much, each and everyone. For anyone, obviously we have been using a lot of ways to work here. So anyone who wants to donate to EBM Scholars, I have different ways you can donate. One of the way of to do donation to EBM Scholars, for those who are in US, for instance, they can do the Cash App, or some people can do PayPal, whatever they want to do. There is M-Pesa for Tanzania, M-Pesa for Kenya. And if you are in Burundi, other countries, you can send it direct to those M-Pesa number, or you go to my website, ebmscholars.com/donate. Over there, there are other ways. There is Venmo, there is PayPal, they pay through the website, donating. So there are different ways. We appreciate for you helping up for us, you can be able to buy the camera, buying other things, those kind of things. We are able to do that. So if you want, you can take a picture any day. It doesn't matter whether it's 5 cents, 10 cents, $1, $2, $50. It doesn't matter the amount. Anything you want to donate, I'll be thankful. And this year I'm planning to visit maybe West Africa and going to Europe to do some videos there. So any contribution will go towards helping to have more visiting other countries in that particular way. So thank you so much, each and everyone. May God bless you. And for those who are waiting for the diversity visa lottery, keep waiting. The results will be out on May 3rd, but also apply again in October. As I said, the green card lottery will continue to be there. So that's something. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, ebmscholars.com. Or youtube.com/EBM Scholars. That is the English. Then there is Swahili, EBM Swahili. If you want to know more programs and what service we offer as EBM to help you to apply, go to my website, which is ebmscholars.com. If you go to that website, you will be able to see the coming education, non-educational programs, and EBM Scholars will be able to help you to apply and to be able to come to the United States legally.